What's up guys, it's Billy here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to create a simple SQL server with a table which you can insert data into using a form. We're going to be using Visual Studio 2022 today. If you haven't got this downloaded, make sure to go down in the description. I'm going to include a download link there. If you're using another software, try and follow along the best as you can, but I'm going to be using a form. I'm not aware of any other softwares that you can create forms on, but if you're using C#, you should be able to follow along. So you want to create a new project, you want to create a form, and you want it to be the .NET framework, not the normal one. Make sure it's .NET framework and click next. Name it SQL tutorial. Click create. Wait for it to load up. Then click it. Make sure. Okay, now that it's loaded up, you want to do Control-Alt-S to bring up the server explorer, or if you go to view at top and then you can go down to server explorer, click the connect to database, click browse, place it where you want. I've got a documents servers. Click open. Name it whatever you want. I'm just going to do tutorial server. Click OK. It says it can't be found. Would you like to create? Just click yes. Wait for it to load up. And if it has this tiny little green symbol, that means it's connected successfully. Then to create a table, right click, add new table, and for this tutorial I'm going to be using just the ID and the name, so we're going to wait for it to load up, and I'm going to make the ID identity. This means it will add the ID automatically and we don't need to input that into the form. And then very simple on Visual Studio, just do it like that and then click the data type that you want. And obviously you want to name your table. I'm going to name it just names, simple. And then once you're happy with everything, click update. Wait for it to update the script and just click update. And then if you see a little small tick down here like that, that means it's updated successfully. Make sure to save all. And then you want to create a stored procedure. Right click, click add stored procedure. Get rid of everything except from the top line and name it whatever you want. I'm going to name it add name. And then you want to do as begin and end. And then in the middle, actually above the as, do at name. So this is the name of your table. Or mine's at names. And then you want to do the data type, so n var char 50 like that. And then you want to do insert into names, values, and then in brackets do that at, and then all the errors should disappear just like that. And then when you're happy with it, click update again, update database, and a green tick should pop up down here. Then for actually entering the name into the database, go back to your form, do Control or X, or go to View and click on Toolbox. I'm just going to add a simple button and a simple text box just like this. Make it look decent. Obviously, if you're creating an actual program, make sure it looks good. And then in properties, if you can't see properties, click F4, it should pop up. Or you can obviously go to View. Name it whatever you want. I'm going to click Add Name. Should pop up like that. And then go down to Design. I'm just going to name this button Add, just like that. And then click the text box. Name the text box whatever you want. TXT name, just like that. And then once you're happy with everything, just go on, make sure you're on this tab and click F7, and it should pop up like this. Or, because we're adding a function to the button, double click the button just like that, and it should create a function just like this. And then what you want to do, go outside the function, and you want to do string name equals, do what your text box was named, so mine was txt we actually do inside this. It doesn't matter as long as it picks up where it is. So it's just string name equals, and then txt name dot text. There we go. And then that should, if you click, we'll do that, and then click start to see if the string is working. Wait until it loads up. Type in a name, add name. If you hover over string name, there you go, txt Billy. Just continue. If you see the txt name is Billy, then that's fine. Get rid of that. Alright, now for the main bit, you want to do the string connection. This can be anything, it doesn't have to be connection. And then do equals. And then you want to come, make sure you have your properties tab open. Click on names. Actually, click on your data. And then click, you see connection string. Copy that whole thing. And just paste it down here. You want to make sure there is make sure there's speech marks around it, and you might have to do some work for this. You want to place a slash there. You basically want to double slash everything. It's a lot of work. Yeah, you want to do a backslash behind where the, like, your computer, like where you've saved it, and then come over here and do another one just like that. And then you want to double slash everything, just wherever there's an error, double slash just like that. Sometimes it does it for you automatically, sometimes it doesn't. And then make sure you place a semicolon at the end, just like that. There should be no errors. Oh, double slash. And that is everything for that. And now what you want to do is you want to call SQL. You want to do SQL connection. It should turn green. Obviously, if you're using a different software, then it might be different. And then you want to do your connection string. And you want to do equals new SQL connection just like that. Make sure this is named different. There should be no errors so far. Create a new line. You would do SQL command, and you want to call. You want to create a new. Just like that. And we're going to do equals new SQL command. And here you want to put your procedure name in. So we're going to do add name. Make sure it's the exact same. And then inside the bracket still we will come out the speech marks and then do SQL connection, this one here. There should be no errors. And then what you want to do is you want to do command. It should highlight this. And then do dot command type equals command type dot, and it's store procedure. Make sure to add a semicolon at the end. There should be no errors yet. If you're getting errors, make sure you've got the exact same thing as me. Make sure that you've got your server location correct. And then what you want to do is you want to add your name. So what you want to do is you want to do command dot add command dot parameters dot add with value, and you want to do the at names, the same thing you put in your store procedure, the at names, make sure it's the same, and then come outside and then put name, which is the string you called at the start. Make sure that's done. And then this is where it happens. You want to do SQL connection dot open. Make sure there's open brackets and a semicolon. And then you want to do connection we do SQL demand dot command dot. Sometimes it gets a bit confusing when you've got, you gotta do execute non-query. It should automatically do it, but obviously if you're using a different software, it might not do that for you. So make sure you copy this down. But if you're using Visual Studio 2022, it should automatically pop up for you. Sometimes multiple things pop up, so make sure you get execute non-query. You want to do execute connection, SQL connection dot close. I think that should be everything. Make sure you save all, or you could do Control Shift S. Click Start, and then what should happen? So you enter a name. So we'll do Billy, which is me. add. Obviously it doesn't say anything, but I will show you how to do that in a second. But now if we go to names, right click, click show table, and it's been added to the table. If you want to do it so if it doesn't work, do try, and then do open curly bracket, come to the bottom, do that, and it should automatically put it. Create a new line, and you want to do catch, and then you could do catch, and then you could put like a message box dot show. You do name not added, just like that. And then if it does work at the bottom of this, just do message box dot show name added, just like that. Make sure there's a semicolon at the end. Obviously you don't have to do this, but if you want to add the extra bit you can. And then I'm just going to show you, if I get rid of don't do this, or you can just to make sure it works. Just going to create an error just like that. When the last no. So now when it's okay, you can't do that. I'm gonna get rid of the procedure name just like that. That shouldn't pop up an error. Yeah, and then just put like John, I don't know, random name. Name not added. But obviously if we add that back, and then we put the name in again, click add, name added, and if you go to your table, click refresh, John's been added. You see the IDs are going like that. If you haven't made the table identity just like that, then you'll need to add an ID like this, and then put int. And then if you've got multiple data types, you want to do comma, and then you do comma here, and then @ID. But I've made mine identity, so you don't need to do that. Obviously you'd also need to create an ID text box on your form as well. But I think that's pretty much it. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and let me know what tutorials you want to see. Maybe if you want to learn how to delete names from a table, let me know if you want to see that. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more content, and like. Thank you.